Hey guys, Dave the NES guy here, and I'm really excited to share with you today my NES black box collection. Alright, so I gotta say, I'm super pumped to share this collection. I've been talking about it for weeks now, taking pictures, putting them up on Instagram, and it's finally here. I finally get to talk about this mini collection within my larger collection. Those of you that follow my channel know that I'm going for a complete NES collection, but I also like to accomplish smaller goals within a collection. And one of those collection goals for me has been to finish my NES Black Box collection, which I recently did last month. I own all 30 black box carts. I own about a third of the boxes and a third of the manuals. Now, for me, what makes the black box games so exciting and so unique is that when I got into collecting 4 years ago, my main goal was to just collect the black box games and then a few of my favorites growing up as a child. Because for me, the black box games sort of represent the origins of the NES, and also for me, some of my most, fondest childhood memories. To finish this collection, to have these games in my collection, just makes me really happy and grateful. Now, before I get into my actual collection, I wouldn't mind talking about a little bit of the history here. So, the black box games are called the black box games because each one of them came in a similarly designed black box and similarly designed cart. What also makes them unique is that the boxes and the carts have actual screenshots from the games as opposed to artwork, which makes them very unique amongst NES games. Also, sort of interesting to the series is that all 30 games are divided into some categories called series. There's 7 of them. There's the action series, the arcade series, the education series. And so Nintendo sort of put them into these different areas, probably to differentiate themselves from other video game consoles, to sort of suggest that they were, there were a variety of games for a variety of players. It's pretty unique, so they all sort of fall into this little category, which I kind of find fun. So as for boxes and manuals, I own 9 original boxes and I also own 11 of the original manuals. I have Excitebike and Wrecking Crew, Golf and Baseball, Hogan's Alley, Balloon Fight, a box that has definitely seen better days. I have both the English and French versions of Super Mario Brothers. And I also have Popeye, which is my rarest and most valuable box. As for the manuals themselves, I have 11 of the different manuals. They're pretty cool. The manuals are really fun to look through, and I gotta say, I like them, and I like that they're in my collection. I like each of the black box games for different reasons. I think most of all, I like how honest they are. Some of them are awful. Some of them are really good and have become classics on the NES. But I do like all of them. However, I do have a handful of favorites that I still like playing to this day. So first off, I really like Balloon Fight. I love the game mechanics. I love the flying. I feel like the controls are really good. I like Donkey Kong. Who doesn't like Donkey Kong? The music is iconic. The shuffling of Mario as he's moving around. Duck Hunt for me, very nostalgic. I always wanted to shoot the dog. Who didn't want to shoot the dog? And apparently they make games now where you can shoot the dog. Why do you want to shoot the dog? I don't know. But you know what? We all wanted to. We all tried. Love that game, and man, it's one of my favorites. Excitebike. Man, that's an amazing game. I spent so much time programming tracks, and then I would turn off my NES and I'd never be able to play it again. Ice Climber, I love that game. My wife loves that game. It's one of our absolute favorites. Mario Bros. Okay, I'll be perfectly honest here, okay? I didn't play Mario Bros until Super Mario Brothers 3, and that was in that little bonus game. And I found that game, and then I found the original, and I was like, boom. This is amazing. This game is so much fun. It's a perfect arcade game. absolutely love it. I really like Popeye. It's another one of those single screen arcade classics. Pro Wrestling, man, to this day, that's my most favorite wrestling game out there. And finally, of course, I'd be remiss if I did not mention Super Mario Brothers, the game that got me into gaming. I think it still holds up to this day. The music is iconic. It's an excellent platformer for the NES, and I would say the best NES black box game. So, as for my rare and valuable games, I do have a couple of games that are considered rare, and I guess somewhat valuable. So, Donkey Kong Jr. Math is a Nintendo Age Rarity 5. It's definitely one of the harder ones to find. I've only seen it a couple of times at a couple of different video game stores, and I just needed to pick it up recently to complete my collection. Really happy to have it. A dreadful game, but still considered a little more rare up there, especially if you're looking at the manual and box. Yikes. Another one of my rare games is Stack Up. That's considered a Nintendo Age Rarity 6 or 7 if you live in Canada. It's super rare. I've only seen it at a couple of video game stores as well. And in terms of 3 versus 5 screw games, I have, a few of the variants. Probably my most rare variant is the Gyromite version that I have. I have the 5 screw version of Gyromite. And here it is. It's considered a little bit more rare. I own it. I'm happy to have it. You know, in terms of the value of these games, most of these games can still be purchased for, even $5, and a lot of the other ones between $10 and $15, which is pretty cool. So if you do want to get the NES Black Box games, it is a doable and attainable collection goal. Some of my collection goals for this sort of mini-series within my larger series. I would like to get a few more of the original boxes, especially like Duck Hunt. I'd really like to get that box for some reason. I do believe that those are attainable goals, and probably add a few more manuals into my collection. I also am actively seeking the 3 and 5 screw variants for the ones that I don't have. So yeah, guys, that's my NES Black Box collection. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you'd like to see another collection video, something that I have in my collection, perhaps my NES box collection or something else. Just let me know. Leave a comment down below. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I really appreciate it. And cheers, guys. Take care. Shooting the collection video for my black box games. Got my black box games lined up nicely. Got a few boxes on the ground, lamps ready to go. Watching GameSack.